Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Zymox, and I'm your chief show attendant. On behalf of the two hosts and the rest of the crew, welcome aboard Weird Wednesday Flight number 13, non-stop, from your current location to parts unknown. Our flight will be of about 2 hours, and we'll be flying at the speed of sound. At this time, make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position, and that your seatbelt is currently fastened. Enjoy the ride.
Hey, there we are. What's up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to Weird Wednesday. What's up, Jamie?
What's up? What's up?
Oh, you know. I don't know. Do you know? It's a weird world.
No. Just getting a couple of links put back in. I'm about to say hello to everybody.
Yeah.
Because I miss everybody so much. It's been so long.
Really? We both took off last week. I had ass neck issues. I still have neck issues. I usually get this like crick in my neck, and it usually lasts like a day or two. It's going on 3 weeks now. Maybe it's a tumor.
It's not a tumor.
Feels like Mike Tyson punched me in the back of the neck. Yeah, rat bastard. Snowing and sleeting in Iowa. Good Lord. That sounds horrifying to me.
Sounds miserable.
Snow and sleet is something I've never experienced. Only on TV and in movies. Although it's been cold enough here, a few nights where it could have snowed. Here in Florida, where it's not supposed to be cold, like in the 20s. What the hell's going on with that? World's gone haywire.
The other day when it did hail out here, all of a sudden it just dumped a bunch of water like out of nowhere. It was hailing, and Mount Diablo up here, just about 20 minutes down the way, we get snow up there every so often. It's like the closest kind of snow point.
Yeah.
But he's actually getting snow chains for the electric bikes. That was something he was going to talk to you about, because there's a couple different ones. I mean, not that you would need snow chains right now, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Because we could go, then we could ride, up the snow up to Diablo.
Yeah. I was gonna go for a bike ride the other day, and I went out because it was too cold. And then I'm like, well, I went for a ride. It was 38 degrees, and that was kind of chilly, but I don't know. It's nice. It's Florida. It's back, and it's gonna be back to almost 80 by the end of the week here. But then you get up one morning and it's 30 again. So it is what it is, I suppose.
And what's going on with all those whales? Okay, so like every so often our ocean barfs up a bunch of stuff, like the starfish that got barfed up in September. Then what just got barfed up like the year before that? Like the whole entire beach was covered in it, remember?
Yeah.
And then like in Europe or Australia, there was another ocean barfing purge of some other secret. It's like one specific creature it'll be, and the entire coastline will be full of like whatever creature. And so that happens sometimes. Every so often, we get sharks coming in a little close, this and that, when like the water gets warm, or food like moves in, different reasons. Well, I started hearing about the whales in New Jersey, and I thought, okay, well, that's kind of random. But there's so many of them now that I'm like wondering, like, why so many of these whales? Does it have anything to do with like the broken? So I haven't like started looking into it, like the broken sabotage, like pipelines or anything. Are they doing nuclear things with subs down there, like some sonar? Like, what's happening to these whales?
Yeah, pretty weird. Yeah, it's pretty weird when orcas start washing up.
Yeah.
Minus 12 there. Yikes.
Holy cow. Oh my goodness. You need your mittens. Did I see everybody?
Christina says she loves my cemetery ride video. Yeah, you wouldn't believe how long it took me to make that damn video. It was ridiculous. Go out there, film it. I had the whole thing done first time around, a bunch of editing. So it always takes longer. It's easier if you just film it and just put it up and don't have to edit it. Editing takes forever. So edited everything. I airplayed it over to my TV, big screen TV, to just see how it's going to look. And I'm like, oh, crap. I spelled a word wrong. So I got to go back, and I had to re-render it. Somehow, when I did that, I thought I had everything saved to my computer. So I wiped it off my camera. And then I turned my camera off, and I went back to re-edit it, and it says file missing, file missing, file missing. I hadn't downloaded it off my camera onto my computer. So all those links that said file missing was because the files were missing, and I couldn't get them back. So I had to go reshoot it again. And when I went and reshot it the next time, I didn't like the angle, because it was on my handlebar. It was camera too low. I'm watching the video, trying to look up, because it was like too low. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go refilm it again. Third time I went out there, refilmed it. Got back. All right. The footage ought to be awesome. It was a great sunny day.
A lot of exercise.
Yeah. Somehow my camera goes from video to hyperlapse. So
oh no.
The whole video's in hyperlapse, which is like 100 miles an hour.
Oh no.
Son of a bitch. Okay, I'll go reshoot it again. Went and did it again, checked my camera. Okay, it's on video. Let it go. Come home. It's on freaking hyperlapse again. And Darcy was like, there's something in this cemetery doesn't want you videoing.
For real.
Yeah. It took me six times of going back to the damn cemetery. I mean, luckily it's only like a mile away, not even that far, but 6 times it took me to get footage to make that one video. It was ridiculous.
I mean, that was still during retrograde, but I say they didn't want you to record. You know, when they decide what you keep and what you don't keep, you weren't keeping that.
No, I guess not.
Maybe there's EVPs or something in it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
But there's a reason they didn't want you to have it.
But I think I got my camera issues worked out. But yeah, it is a nice cemetery. That last one's really nice. It's pretty in there. That's where most of my family and friends and relatives and whatnot are buried at. It's the biggest one here, pretty much. Yeah, exactly, Papa. Sometimes it's best to just record it and just throw it up there. But you know, then there's that jerk that's the perfectionist at me that's like, oh no, there's a word spelled wrong. Oh no, I got too much wind noise here.
Especially when it's like the word thing, like, because you know, it's like every time if you see it, you're going to see the intro, you're going to see this stupid word every freaking time. It's going to drive you crazy. And you're going to think, why didn't I just fix that? Why?
And how there may be, there's probably something in there spelled wrong right now again, and I just don't care at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely some history in these cemeteries. The first one that I went to, San Sebastian and Pinehurst, it's like for the longest time I thought, because there's a road that goes right down the center. Not a road, I mean, you know, road, a trail, whatever you want to call it. It goes right down the center of the cemetery. And I thought, you know, Pinehurst and San Sebastian, I thought one was on the left, one was on the right, because whatever was on the right is the one I always said always kind of messed with me. And but the old drummer in my last band I was in, he works for the county. I was talking to him one day and he goes, no, man, it's San Sebastian is in the front part and Pinehurst is in the back part of that cemetery. And I'm like, they're not split left and right. He's like, no, they're split forward and rear. I was like, oh, I didn't know that. Now they have signs up there that say that. But yeah, that's one of the ones where I've done a lot of ghost box stuff, and we've kind of bricked up one of the tombs or whatever that was open, and brought plants and flowers and picked up garbage and had some really weird stuff happen too. Where's that one picture at that's from that cemetery? Is it here or is it there? Where is it? I don't know. Anytime I want to show that picture, I can never find it. So one where I got that crazy orb.
You know what Facebook's doing now to make money off of our chat room?
What is that?
Okay, you know how TikTok, you spend money to get stars and coins and all this crap, and the diamonds, and use it as gifting or blah blah blah. I noticed at the bottom of the comments here says send 200 stars to pin your comments here. So that would mean, like, if you wanted your comment pinned in the chat, you would send 200 stars and they would let you pin it. How much is 200 stars? Well, 99 stars are 99 cents. It's $10 for 530.
Yep.
Come on now.
Well, I was trying to make it where we could have stars and they're supposed to go to our account, but I see where they're not at this point. you got to have so many hours to be whatever required to be able to get stars. But yeah. Oh, we can add stars if we get the money.
Yeah, because they definitely get a percentage of that. Like with TikTok, that's why they say, like, send a Venmo or Cash. I mean, these people are just like, and my Cash App, my Venmo. They have like no shame in it because TikTok takes so much of the money that these kids get from their parents to send to creators.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool to get a little,
Yeah, if it goes to the show that pays for the streaming, for StreamYard, we get help to pay for StreamYard and stuff. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that's like, what is it now? $250 a year or something like that for that software. And then $6 something a month for $6.50, $7 a month for a stupid phone line that I don't have right now. Yeah,
is that the Skype line?
Skype, thank you. Brain fart. Yeah, my brain fart. I was thinking, man, I got that long COVID brain fog thing.
You do.
Might be, but also the blood pressure medicine that I take, the losartan, it's been linked to brain fog now too. So, yeah, I got both of them working for me.
I mean, like, the COVID is just the cherry on top of everything. Like, anytime we try to diagnose, troubleshoot anything with our bodies before, you have to add the COVID or back factor to it. Like, anything that's wrong with you, you have to think, now wait, now, okay, COVID, nobody's going to know shit anymore.
Yep. Crazy.
Unless it's like a cut and dry, you cut your foot and need to get a stitch.
Yeah.
Anything with the ongoings of our internal organs and such are going to be, you're going to need at least 3 referrals.
Yep. Craziness. Well, my first article up. Why did we disappear when I brought that up? Why? StreamYard.
Why?
There. Nope, that's not it either. That's not it. There we go. Why do they change things around?
And look, here starts my stuffy nose.
Yep.
Didn't have
I
it.
kind of have it here. I kind of have it tonight too. So, yeah, old age, man. I agree. It's like Jason's show the other night. He was talking about, if you could, would you choose to live forever? I don't think I would want to live forever. Like be just live forever. But I would like some extra time because shit, man, I'm about to be 60 and there's a lot of things I still want to do. So yeah, I wouldn't mind in like another good 50 years. But as far as living forever, I don't know.
I'm cool. I thought the rapture was coming that one night, and I was ready.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
I had an incident. I had an experience. I said, "Oh, this is it," and I am ready.
Nope.
Okay, largest no.
Yeah, I've been hanging out at the crystal shop here with my friend who owns it, and she's got cool crystal down there, and cool crystals, rocks, and other assorted knickknacks, paddywhacks, and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, she got some amber. We got a box of amber somewhere. We got, I think, like 50 pounds of amber here somewhere. I just got to find it. I hope we didn't.
Holy shit! For what?
Yeah, it's just raw chunks of amber that Darcy bought a long time ago. we were gonna do something with and never did something with. But
Holy cow!
yeah. But yeah, this one, largest known flower trapped in amber, revealed in new images, which is that's one of them right there. An incredibly well preserved flower dating back almost 40 million years has been the subject of a new study. Anyone with an interest in paleontology will undoubtedly wish they could get a glimpse of what our planet was like a million years ago, or millions of years ago. But thanks to the remarkable preservation made possible by amber, we can at least take a limited peek at a few things from the Earth's distant past. I mean, that is pretty cool that you're actually looking at a flower or a bug or something that was trapped in this amber that is literally millions of years old. You know, it's not just a fossil or something. It's an actual bug or a flower in there. Might only be 28 millimeters across, but it's still much larger than any other similar specimen, providing scientists with an ideal opportunity to study a flower from this time period.
It's amazing.
It have originated in the Baltic forest of northern Europe during the late Eocene and dates back to between 33.9 and 38 million years ago. During a recent study, scientists extracted pollen from the specimen and found that it closely relates to modern species of flower form from Asia known as Simplocos. They have since proposed that this should be named Simplocos Kowaleski. I don't know. I butchered the hell out of that. But yeah, anyways, that is a flower trapped in amber that's 30-something million years old. Pretty trippy. And my friend Diane has a piece down there that I may try to get. She offered it to me at a really good deal. And it's a piece of amber. It's a snake that's about, I don't know, about that long or so. Kind of all curled up. Really good. Really good card. Doesn't have any bugs in it, but it is like two kinds of amber in one. So I don't know.
Oh wow!
Might have to make its way to my crib.
I have an amber. They shaped it into like a teardrop, but it was a amber with a little mosquito, a little bug or something in it.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to that, but I've got like chunks of like, just the raw amber chunks.
Yep.
Laying around. I had another necklace that has amber and it had something in it that was kind of cool. But I don't know where that is. Either just all this like little.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a box full of chunks like that somewhere.
You can get some of that pretty cheap. Depending who you go through.
Yeah, I figured in my news articles I got one at the end. Just going to start doing a different crystal every week.
I like that. I was wondering because I noticed you put the crystal on the thumbnail.
Yeah.
I thought there's a reason for the crystal on the thumbnail. I like that idea. In fact, I thought you talked about that like a while ago, maybe.
Yeah, I think I did.
So we've got a man who can see into the future, and he makes an Area 51 prediction that doesn't sound good. A soothsayer dubbed the Living Nostradamus has made some shocking predictions for 2023, and it sounds like we've got a rough year ahead. Athos Salami claims to be able to see into the future and said he knew about many huge news events before the rest of us. Now he's turned his attention to the not so distant future and shared what we can expect next year. And it sounds like it'll be a game changer. Athos said that an underground portal is set to open under Area 51. And to make matters worse, he said that Elon Musk already knows about it. Oh, I didn't put a picture of his diagram. He also said there's a tunnel below ground level in the area leading to a three-dimensional portal, which is due to open in 2023. And you can't really see, I don't think the picture, but they did give like a picture. This portal would be able to transport people between space and time dimensions. There's a tunnel that leads to another place, and this access is what everyone wants to play God or gods. Okay, so this portal would be able to transport people between space and time dimensions. And a tunnel that leads to another place, and this access is what everyone wants to play God or gods. It may seem an impossible reality, but it is used and worked through the occult sciences. In the same way, this happens in Antarctica, as if these were all connected. Area 51, we all know what that is. The official U.S. military line on the secretive facility is that it represents a flexible, realistic, and multi-dimensional battle space to conduct testing, tactics development, and advanced training. For sci-fi nuts and extraterrestrial enthusiasts, Area 51 is linked to UFOs and alien research. Self-proclaimed paranormal miner Athos from Brazil says the region packs even more secrets than could ever have been imagined. He also believes that Tesla and Twitter boss Elon has an idea of the power that lies subterranean in Area 51 that can be harnessed for futuristic technology. He added, what is hidden there is so powerful that recently billionaire Elon Musk even revealed in an interview that his company SpaceX not only has a secret area of advanced technology which has become known as Area 59, but according to the businessman develops much more robust projects and prototypes. So if that's supposed to be a 2023.
So I wonder if there's like different ones located around, the country or the world. Maybe that's how Bigfoot comes and goes.
Yeah.
Enters a portal to a different dimension.
So that would be opening like this year?
Yeah, I guess so.
So if this guy's legit or not, either that or he, has some military family member that blabbed.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, oh, it would be like.
Yeah. Daylight's a burning. Let's get her open. There's a lot of secrets to be had around this world. I think this year is going to be the start of opening them. Who knows? Could be opening Pandora's box too at the same time.
This is the guy, the time traveler. This is the dude that has the predictions. Very intense.
Yes.
Oh, he's not from the future. He sees into the future. So if that happens, I don't know, maybe he saw into the future.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Can you think these
Or maybe he knows somebody.
Think they're real? Can people see into the future? Some of Nostradamus's, predictions seem to have come true, but then again, there's a lot of them that, you could look at it with a grain of salt and go, yeah, or no. I don't know.
And it's just it's like how you interpret it.
Yeah.
And everybody interprets things differently.
This is true.
But if this does happen, do you think the guy foresaw it, or do you think someone snitched? It looks like he has. I don't know if he's nicknamed the Nostradamus of whatever. He has to have had some other stuff that came true.
Yeah.
Dubbed the living Nostradamus. I'll have to look this gentleman up. See what his track record is.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like Wolfie says, can you see the Powerball numbers? I mean, how come all the psychics and the fortune tellers and everything say, "Oh, that's not how it works," when you ask them that,
Yeah.
That's not how it works. Well, shit, that sucks. Well, maybe it doesn't suck, because it would suck if they won it like every week, but I don't know. Sure would be nice to win that Mega Millions Powerball that was like $1.4 billion. Can you imagine waking up and having that much money? Probably have to go buy a new pair of pants because I'd mess the ones up I was wearing.
If like I got 100,000 out of it, I would like crap myself.
Well, there's some
without taxes.
Yeah, without taxes, exactly, because they're going to eat up a bunch of it. Mystery skeletons found under a car park could be medieval. What? Car park skeletons? Mystery? Medieval? Archaeologists excavating a car park off the coast of Northumberland, England, have unearthed 7 skeletons. The discovery, which was made on the island of Lindisfarne, I guess is how you say it, occurred after the site was checked for an archaeological evidence during work to install new pipes. It is thought that the skeletons could be medieval, though this is yet to be satisfactorily confirmed. This is a hot off the press find just from before the new year under the former car park, which is now a coach park. Assistant County Archaeologist Nick Best told local counselors. Teams uncovered a group of burials of at least 7 individuals. The assumption is there are probably more. We haven't dated them yet, but they might be medieval. It's very likely they're medieval, and it's a chance that they could be very early medieval. They're very interesting remains. There was just enough risk that we decided to do it. We should be able to get some radiocarbon dates from them. This isn't the only historical find beneath the car park in England. In recent years, back in 2012, an archaeological team discovered the remains of King Richard IV at the former site of Greyfriars Priory. Whether anyone of significance is among the 7 skeletons found in Lindisfarne, however, remains to be seen. Well, anyone of any significance? They're old ass skeletons. I would say they would all have some significance. You don't just have to be a king to be cool, do you? I don't know. That's just like here, though. Anything they do, anytime they do any street work here, we found another body. Yeah, that's because they're buried everywhere here. The whole town's a cemetery. People always come, tourists. What's a haunted place? I'm like, you're standing on it. What? The whole town, everywhere. You don't have to go anywhere special. Some places are better than others, but yeah, the whole town's haunted. If you walked from here to there and you covered 3 blocks, you probably walked over 100 dead people.
Okay, so you that know me know how I am with certain technology. Like, I was a little bit hard on Echo and Alexa when that came out.
I've been thinking about getting one of these.
She ended up taking a, little water bath in the creek after she stayed in my trunk for a while. I was convinced there was cameras in it. I wanted to take it apart, see if there's cameras in the little holes. I don't trust anything. I didn't trust those Hatchimals, the little kid toys that pop out with these crazy eyes. Don't trust none of it.
Yeah.
Well, now, a Roomba recorded a woman on the toilet.
Oh.
How did screenshots end up on Facebook? And yes, but I haven't voiced it because I didn't want to sound too crazy. I may have voiced it to my mom. But the fact that they do scan and they do all this stuff, I said it could be another spy device. Not saying it is, but it could be. It could be used as that. In the fall of 2020, gig workers in Venezuela posted a series of images to online forums where they gathered to talk shop. The photos were mundane, if sometimes intimate household scenes captured from low angles, including some you really wouldn't want shared on the internet. In one particularly revealing shot, a young woman in a lavender t-shirt sits on the toilet, her shorts pulled down to mid-thigh. The images were not taken by a person, but by development versions of iRobot's Roomba J7 series robot vacuum. They were then sent to Scale AI, a startup that contracts workers around the world to label audio, photo, and video data used to train artificial intelligence. They were the sorts of scenes that the internet connected devices regularly capture and send back to the cloud, though usually with stricter storage and access controls. Yet earlier this year, Mint Technology Review obtained 15 screenshots of these private photos, which have been posted to the closed social media groups. The photos vary in type and in sensitivity. The most intimate image we saw was a series of video still featuring the woman on the toilet, her face blocked in the lead image but unobscured in the grainy scroll of shots below. In another image, a boy who appears to be 8 or 9 years old and whose face is clearly visible is sprawled on his stomach across a hallway floor. A triangular flop of hair spills across his forehead as he stares, with apparent amusement at the object recording him from just below eye level. The other shots show rooms from homes around the world, some occupied by humans, one by a dog. Furniture, decor, and objects located high on the walls and ceilings are outlined by rectangular boxes and accompanied by labels like TV, plant, flower, and ceiling light. So not only are they really getting the x-ray grids of your room, they are scaling your whole entire living space, not just looking for. There was a commercial the other day, like, oh, you don't want to run over cat shit, with the wheels and blah, blah, blah. And it shows it like sea of crap and then like go around it. Like, it took them that long to avoid the shit. Like, you guys are like mapping out our entire lives. Yeah. And the, cat shit just became a thing. So yeah, they're labeling our stuff. iRobot, the world's largest vendor of robotic vacuums, which Amazon recently acquired for $1.7 billion in a pending deal, confirmed that these images were captured by its Roombas in 2020. All of them came from special development robots with hardware and software modifications. that are not and never were present on iRobot consumer products for purchase, the company said in a statement. They were given to paid collectors and employees who signed written agreements acknowledging that they were sending data streams, including video, back to the company for training purposes. Like the lady on the toilet thought that was cool, or some lady let her kid get recorded by a vacuum, maybe. Um, they say these were actually labeled with a bright green sticker that read video recording in progress, and it was up to those paid data collectors to remove anything they deem insensitive from space the robot operates in, including children. Then they have like a little thing. If you participated in iRobot's data collection efforts, we'd love to hear from you. They give a website. So in other words, iRobot's estimation, anyone whose photos or video appears in the streams had agreed to let their Roombas monitor them. iRobot declined to let MIT Tech view the consent agreements and did not make any of its paid collectors or employees available to discuss their understanding of the terms. While the images shared with us did not come from iRobot customers, consumers regularly consent to having our data monitored to varying degrees on devices ranging from iPhones to washing machines. It's a practice that has only grown more common over the past decade, as is wasting our time having to go in and decline all this crap that pops up on everything now.
Fine print, yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like, these people probably didn't realize what they were doing, and it ended up that way. But the fact is, it's possible.
Yeah.
And it could happen anyways. These things can be hacked, and I don't trust any of them.
Yeah, I mean, I was just, I've been thinking about getting one of these. I don't have any carpet in my house anymore. It's all, laminate flooring, and it's like, where the hell does all this dust come from? So I'm thinking, one of these things that just kind of just moseys around the house and vacuums. That would be kind of nice to help kind of keep a lid on it.
I thought it'd be cool for cat hair, like on the wood floors and stuff, just to have them going around and like sweeping the floor all the time.
Yeah. What hell's bells if it's gonna spy on you taking a dump? What else is it gonna do?
What's she doing? She's like sitting there in the she's like da da da. The vacuum's like coming in, going by her, like in the bathroom.
Why are you following me, Roomba? Yeah.
Freedom.
It's got a new TV not too long ago, and I'm sitting there the other day thinking, is this damn thing watching me?
Of course it is.
Of course it is. I'm like, well,
I sleep with my phone upside down, and I put a blankie over the other little cameras.
Yeah.
And I tape over my other cameras and put blankets over stuff, but I still know that I'm being watched. Yeah. I just figured no matter what I do, wherever I go, I'm just assume I'm being recorded. And I've had that mindset for like 10 years now.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. It ain't like it used to be. That's a cool. Eye in the sky is always watching.
Big brother.
Well, here's another one of those weird tales from the past. How sometimes you just never find out the answer. The tragic Mantell UFO incident still intrigues us 75 years later. Sunday marked the 75th anniversary of the death of pilot Thomas Mantell, who crashed while pursuing a UFO. Was it really a UFO, or was it a weather balloon? He thought it was a UFO, apparently. Apparently, he thought so much of it that who he saw the action. This guy saw action in World War II as a member of the 101st Airborne Division. Later served as a fighter pilot with the Kennedy National Guard, during which he had an unexplained encounter that cost him his life. The incident began on January 7th, 1948, when Kentucky State Police Highway Patrol started to receive calls around 1:20 p.m. in the afternoon about a strange object in the sky over Maysville. Mantell was a part of the group that had been tasked with venturing out to investigate the phenomenon. When he, alongside his two wingmen, reached 15,000 feet, they encountered an object described as metallic and tremendous in size that was moving at around half the speed of the planes. I felt a little shaky at 15,000 feet because I realized we were supposed to take an oxygen at 12,000, said Lieutenant B.A. Hammond, who was one of the two wingmen accompanying Mantell that day. By the time I hit 22,000 feet, I was seeing double. I pulled alongside Clements and indicated with the gestures that I didn't have an oxygen mask. He understood the situation, and we turned back. Mantell, however, decided to stay on the course despite the oxygen situation. This might have been his first mistake. I don't know. Around 3:50 p.m., the object had disappeared, and Mantell, who was thought to have blacked out due to lack of oxygen, plummeted from the sky and died a few minutes later. In the months that followed, serious questions were asked about how could this happen. The U.S. Air Force, however, dismissed the UFO as little more than a weather balloon. Of course they did. For many, I got a warning, says my Mac is in danger. Threat detected. For him to come back from World War II and die the way he did was very painful, and the government has not done Thomas justice, he said. He wasn't some crop duster joyriding who saw a UFO. He was instructed by Fort Knox to chase this thing and check it out. So, yeah, they still hadn't figured out if it was something that the UFO did, or the weather balloon did, or if he truly just, blacked out from lack of oxygen and plummeted to his death. Either way, he, to know you're in that situation and to still try to pursue something that you see in front of you out of your cockpit that you're chasing, it was something. I don't think if it was a weather balloon, he would have went, oh, it's a damn weather balloon. But no, he still was trying to pursue this thing to see, what it was, where it was going, whatever. And he thought it was important enough to put himself in that predicament. And I don't know, maybe he did black out and crash from lack of oxygen, or maybe they zapped him. Who knows? It would have been a better story if he blacked out from lack of oxygen and was plummeting to the earth, and the UFO saved him.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been cool. That would have been one to explain. But, apparently they were just like, look at this dumbass. He's going to eat it bad. But yeah, whatever it was, he thought it was important enough to continue, pursuing it. So I highly doubt a weather balloon would have caused that much interest to pursue it. But according to the government, it was just a weather balloon.
Oh, Debbie, I hope you feel better. I'm glad that you stopped in, but I hope you feel better soon. I'll make some of that good tea I saw you posting.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of UFOs, Russia says it shot down a UFO. And I had a couple of these stories before we had the time off, and I'm not sure if they've already been talked about. A mystery object described by one local news outlet as a UFO has been shot down in the southern Russian region of Rostov. The governor of Rostov wrote on Telegram that a small-sized object in the shape of a ball had been discovered flying in the wind at an altitude of around 1.5 miles on January 3rd. With the object spotted above the village of Sultan Saleh in the region's whatever district, he said the decision was taken to liquidate it. I urge everyone to remain calm. To ensure security, all forces and means are involved. The sky is covered with anti-aircraft defenses, he added, without specifying what the object was. And that's the image right there. That's the object that they ended up shooting down right there.
I remember seeing a little video or something of this.
Yeah, was there? Yeah, I couldn't get it to open on the other article. And reporting, did it show him actually hitting it?
I mean, it was typical video. It wasn't
like the pixel. Because I'd seen it in the other article, I couldn't get it to open.
Yeah.
In reporting his comments, local news outlet carried a headline that said, "A UFO in the form of a ball was shot down in the sky." Telegram channels that night described how air defense systems in Rostov had been operating. The channel published a video showing a shining object flying and then exploding in the sky. "Look, another one has gone," someone is heard saying in the clip, which was captioned, "Another video of the work of Rostov Regional Air Defenses." A witness told the channel how there was a very strong explosion and that everything in the house shook. "We realized that the air defenses were in operation." It borders this Black Sea, talking about the war in Ukraine, talking about the shelling, drone attacks, talking about the war. He also announced a maximum response, effectively martial law, on the 4 regions he claimed to have annexed, but does not fully control. They're just talking about the war. So, you think it had to do with the war? Or you think it was
I don't know. I would be more inclined to think it was probably some sort of UFO that was watching them fight the war.
Because they're around nuclear stuff all the time, and look what Putin keeps throwing around nuclear talk.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully they swoop in and just disarm all that crap.
And he's savage. Like Putin was just saying, he hoped like some guy in charge of something got disemboweled himself or something, and he's getting crazier by the day. Maybe that was practice. I mean, did they know the UFO was coming in, or is it just like, they're so ready to hit anything? It's like, oh crap, what is that? Let's just get it. See if we could, blast out of the sky. Like,
yeah.
Like, if it was, I don't know. I'm just curious. Like, would he even care if it was a UFO? Maybe not. Like, because he's ready to die and doesn't care.
Yeah, I think both sides ought to cool their jets and iron their shit out.
Well, for sure.
Idiots,
I mean, Putin's about to, he's really, really sick. But how could you shoot a UFO if you thought it was a UFO? and then not want to, like look at it. I guess it disintegrated.
Yeah.
Or they're just calling it a UFO because they're not identifying what the craft was or whose it was.
Yeah.
And it could be like military.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. Could be
Because when
just coming to like see what's happening and they, blow it out of the sky.
that's pretty messed up.
So now the other UFOs are going to be like, oh, these guys are hostile, huh? Let's show them what we can do. Because if they can get here, they're, like I always say, they're much more highly technologically advanced than we are. We're like,
so I'm thinking, wouldn't they know that Putin was all set up with all that stuff, like not to fly into that?
You would think.
That's pretty messed up just to blow it out of the sky.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe they thought it was something Ukraine was sending them.
Yeah, the enemy. I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Situation over there.
I can't believe much of anything.
Some bits out the sky. Shoot them and ask questions later. I don't know. Might come back to haunt them.
What do they say? We need to not neutralize the threat. We need to liquidate. Liquidate the threat has been neutralized.
Yeah, may come back to haunt them. So this one I thought was rather interesting in a way.
Yes, Christina. Ooh.
Enigmatic writing system in Ice Age cave art deciphered. We done figured out what they was talking about. Did they? I don't know. Let's see what the article said. Hunters, gatherers who painted on cave walls 20,000 years ago. Geez, 20,000 years ago doesn't sound that long compared to the amber that was 38 million years old.
Right?
But yeah, hunters and gatherers who painted on cave walls 20,000 years ago also left behind something quite unexpected. For years, archaeologists have worked to understand the hidden meanings in the thousands of examples of prehistoric art found on cave walls across Europe. These artistic works often featured animals such as bison, fish, reindeer, and now the extinct aurochs, but some of them also included a sequence of dots and marks that seemed to be some form of a writing system, one which experts had long struggled to fully interpret. Now, through a new collaboration between researcher Ben Bacon and experts from Durham University and University College London, has finally lifted the lid on exactly what these symbols meant. It turns out that the marks were actually a part of an ancient writing system, a lunar calendar, which was used to document the timing of the reproductive cycles of the animals that were on the walls. This type of information would have been highly relevant to the hunter-gatherers of the time. The results show that Ice Age hunter-gatherers were the first to use a systematic calendar and marks to record record information about major ecological events within the calendar, said archaeologist Professor Paul Petit of Durham University. To unravel the enigma, the team used the birth cycles of today's animals as a reference point. We're able to show that these people who left a legacy of spectacular art in the caves of Lacau and Altamara also left a record of early timekeeping that would eventually become commonplace among our species. So, I don't know, they think that not only were they drawing pictures of the animals that they were hunting, they were also leaving information about their, when breeding season was and when there's going to be, new animals and everything being birthed and all that. So it's kind of interesting.
Really interesting.
Now I want them to figure out they got the animals figured out. Now figure out those rockets and the spaceships and stuff. Figure out what they were saying about those. And then I'll be really impressed.
Have you seen that one rock? They called it like a newspaper wall or something like that. Where like there's this like one wall that all the settlers, all these like people like would pass, and the whole entire thing has all the different petagraphs and all this stuff, and they call it like the newspaper, and I guess it was like a really popular spot for people to stop and read like this one cave wall. It was something my little nerd self thought was interesting.
Yeah. These people are actually, whatever. I mean, cavemen, whatever you want to call them, but they're actually pretty artistic. I mean, that's, considering they don't have pens and paintbrushes and, spray cans and whatnot, and they're just doing art with what they find to paint with.
Like they're sitting there like.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty damn good.
I think so. Okay, so this next one is okay. You know what I think about TikTok and these people on here to get views? There's a video where a woman shows her security footage of her dogs barking in the crates, and a ghost is supposed to take a collar off one of the dogs. One thing I did notice during the video is that all of a sudden both dogs get completely still, almost like the video stopped or something. So I thought, like, why is it so still? And even the audio sounded a little different, like where it sounds like the audio was off and then they got tuned back in. So I thought, could that be an edit point right there? But even if that was, it was like the incident was still a few seconds even after that. So I'm a little bit just watching the way the dogs acted, and it is a security camera. So it's not like, oh, someone like, why were you filming your dogs right then? So this one I thought was a little bit interesting. If you want to show the bit, or should I read it and then show it, or?
Oh, yeah, however you want to do it.
All right. So TikTok users are freaking out over the most convincing ghost video they've ever seen. Dog owner Shani Feng was rewatching security footage of her dogs when she saw what she believes is a ghost. She shared the clip on her account and urged viewers to watch the black dog carefully. She wrote, "Sorry for the obnoxious barking at the beginning. Watch my black dog. Ghost takes her collar off in the crate." And it's like pretty much at the end of the video. In the video, her two dogs, both in separate crates, are barking at each other. They continue to do this nonstop until about 25 seconds into the footage, when the animals fall completely quiet and stand alert for some time. I mean, they both just went completely dead still. Like, I thought the tape stopped. They still like that for some time. The black dog, which is in the cage on the right, starts whimpering and suddenly rears back into the cage as far as it can when his collar randomly falls off, which the collar kind of falls off, and then the dog rears up. Like, what the hell? This is what convinced its owner that there was a ghost, and she's not the only one that thinks it. And since being posted, the video has racked up more than 1 million likes, thousands of comments from people who say it's a ghost too. Another wrote, "They both got super quiet. They felt the energy." A third commented, "The silence was unsettling." Someone else put, "Something that messes with the dogs doesn't sit right with me." Me neither. Others suggested that the collar got caught on one of the bars in the metal crate, causing it to come loose, which I thought could have happened also, but I don't know. they said the collar was stuck on the crate. When the dog turns its head and unbuckled, the dog got startled at the collar unbuckling and jumped back. Come on, people. Which could be, I don't know. It's still, like I said, the video does stop for a second where it does seem like it's actual stopped because then the audio goes quiet and comes back on. But it could be the way that their camera works too with the audio, the way it gets triggered. And then someone else says what they think besides it being a ghost is that the collar's too tight and the dog turned its neck and made it snap off. Not everyone was convinced as the dog was nowhere near the sides of the crate for it to be stuck on anything. So let's watch it and see what you guys think because I trust your all opinions.
That was pretty weird.
Yeah, see like how long it was just like stopped? Like what? So they're barking and they're upset at something. And so who why did the camera stop like that? The dogs didn't just go still. I mean, I'm trying to see if anything else in that room could have been moving or a shadow like.
Yeah, it looks like right there something like almost picks, like almost all 4 feet come off the ground for a second right there.
Yeah, and it's not hitting onto. Okay, like when I hit up there, it looks like the collar could have hit the top, but the collar was already loose at the point of the dog touching the top of the container, correct?
Yeah.
Like right there, how it went up and down. How would that have taken the collar off anyway? It's like the dog got freaked out because something was happening and it like reared up and I don't feel right about the video. I really think there's something kind of weird about it, except for the fact that it got quiet. So I'm afraid I'm getting taken. But
I mean, the dog even like turns around and looks at the collar like, what the hell?
right?
Like right there, he's looking at it like.
And like the other dog's just like watching him as he's doing it. Like, what's the other dog looking at right now? As he's doing this, the dog's looking.
Yeah.
Over there.
Pretty weird.
So what do you guys think? You thought you saw something below the red on the table. Look, someone was having fun ripping something up in his cage.
Yeah, somebody, could have been the ghost. Only bad dog.
And then why did she cut it right then? Like, again, then she cuts the video because that wasn't me. That's when the video ended. And you can upload 10 minutes onto TikTok. Why did she stop it right as soon as the collar happened? Why couldn't we then see how the dog acted afterward? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I kind of want to see the behavior right after. So it sounds strange. I don't know.
Yeah. Pretty weird. Pretty weird.
Says when we need Todd's thoughts.
Yeah, like I know yesterday, I'm sitting here by myself, just me and the two dogs, and Dixie, the little, neurotic dog. She's I'm just sitting here like watching mountain biking or something on TV, and I look over at her and she's sitting on the edge of the couch with just like staring into the hallway, just like motionless staring, and then she's like and I'm like, well, that's a little creepy. And I was like, you okay, Dixie? And she like kind of brought her out of that trance, and she looked at me, all goofy, and then she looked back at the hallway and was like, I'm like, I don't know what she's seeing. Like, is grandma back, like, hanging out with us? My mom? I don't know. Or could it be Satan? I don't know. I'd prefer it to be my mom. But weird, dogs.
That's what she was doing in the kitchen, right? When I was asking if your mom used to feed.
Yeah.
When she'd cook.
Yeah. They've done some weird stuff like that quite often. That was the last time Darcy was working like a double, so I'm here by myself, and Tiki's like barking, like looking into the kitchen and barking, and like kind of looking around the corner of the cabinet and barking. And I was like, I'm just gonna stay up. I'm gonna stay up. And then I was like, I'm just gonna go lay down for like an hour. So I went in the bedroom, laid down on the bed, and that's when I wake up to her on the corner of the bed, looking out my bedroom door, going like vicious barking at something. I'm like, oh, okay, shit, I'm just going to get up, turn all the lights on, take a shower, and turn the music up real loud. Sorry, neighbors. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, but I have like Led Zeppelin or something playing.
Oh, damn.
I'm like, hey, if you ghosts are going to hang out, you're going to rock and roll and be in the bright lights. Because my damn dog just creeped me the hell out.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Dogs can see things that we can't. That's for sure.
Big time.
Yep. Okay. I forgot to get a picture of what I was going to talk about next. Hey,
are you still doing articles?
Yeah, I got one more. Well, I was going to do my crystal thing. You got an?
Well, no, because I still have two. I have 2 articles and then the astrology.
Yeah. Okay. You want to do another article?
Do you want me to give you? Because then, do you want me to give you this article?
Well,
and then
it's kind of long, so.
Oh, it's besides your crystal?
Well, that's about it. That's it. Yeah.
Because I've got the one about another guy predicting an alien invasion. And then the other one is just a quick thing to show like what happened to little Hercules, in case anybody had wondered. It's not like an important one, but
yeah, I was
the little bodybuilder kid.
Yeah.
And then do you want to do one of these 2 I have?
Just go ahead and go for it.
Okay. So Uri Geller predicted alien invasion after baffling discovery and warned NASA to prepare. He's a legendary spoonbender. He believes that the sighting of UFOs by nuclear facilities on Earth are aliens testing technology on Earth, having predicted that an invasion is imminent. Uri has been investigating sightings and alleged contact with alien life, and he is now convinced that interference with the internet and other mysterious goings on are down to non-earthly forces. He said that something major is brewing with aliens testing systems and that so many UFOs have been seen close to nuclear plants. On Wednesday, the U.S. saw more than 10,000 flights canceled or delayed due to what was put down to a computer problem with a corrupted database file, according to the Federal Aviation Administration. At the same time, it ruled out speculation that it was caused by a cyber attack, but Geller does believe that it was a deliberate attack and not from humans. He commented while showing what appeared to be a flying saucer in the sky thought to have been seen recently, and said that sightings of UFOs are on the increase near nuclear facilities. Is this real? Is it fake? It doesn't matter. This is just out now. All flights grounded after major system failure sparks travel chaos in the United States. I mean, a few months ago, we had the internet down, WhatsApp app down, and a Twitter video. I have no doubt in my mind that aliens are testing our sophisticated or so-called sophisticated systems. This is major. Lots of UFOs have been spotted over nuclear plants, nuclear submarines, and so on. They are doing something. They're testing us. He also wrote so many UFO sightings near nuclear facilities. And then he starts, going on about these different, sightings that have been seen. So the problems that we're having with their computers and all that lately, maybe that's not retrograde after all, but aliens testing our systems out.
Could be. Could definitely be. My computer's done some just like outlandishly stupid stuff lately.
And like the autocorrect is like nothing like it ever has been. Like you can type a word and it will just put this is not even funny. Like this is deliberate.
Yeah. Like when I was texting you today, I was like, the hell is where are these words coming from?
Right. And so then the other this one's like a quickie. World's strongest boy, little Hercules. Little Hercules is now paid to be shot at and set alight. So, little Hercules, everybody talked about this kid's picture back then, like how horrible his parents were for making like how that was horrible for his body and blah, blah, blah. So the world's strongest boy has grown into a man and left bodybuilding to pursue a scarier passion. And that is, he's a stunt man. So yeah, I'm sure you guys probably remember the child. He was a little bodybuilder and now he's a stunt man.
It's, it'd be pretty cool to be, his age and being like what 5th grade or something, 4th grade, and look like that.
That's just like crazy.
But now it looks like
this is him now. Little Hercules.
Little Hercules. What's up, D? How's it going?
Hi, D.
Yeah. Little Hercules went from bodybuilder to a stuntman. Yeah, kind of fits, Wonder if he's still got muscles like that. They don't show.
That's what I was wondering. Because I always wondered, like, how his body, like, being child development and all that, wondering, like, how did he develop having muscles like that at such a young age, and how did it turn out on his body?
Yeah.
So if you want to do your crystal, I can do my other thing when you are finished.
I mean, it's better to see him turn into a stuntman than, like a lot of times you see like these kid, prodigies or actors or whatever, what are they doing now? And they're like, a junkie, like
or halfway OD'd. Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, stuntman, he's got a good job. He's probably making some knocking down some good dough.
Hey, Tommy, better late than never.
Yep.
Glad to see you.
All right, yeah, my crystal. I figured I'd start doing a crystal thing. You know, I do crystal oracle cards and this and that, and I mean, we all kind of like crystals and stuff. So I figured I'd start doing maybe a crystal a week type of thing, and maybe bring some cards in somehow about it. But if you saw my Instagram or my Facebook, you know I got a new crystal skull the other day, and this is it. And it's kind of an interesting one. There it is. It is Caribbean calcite. And if you look at it, it's got these kind of holes in its head. Here's a side view. Wait a minute. Can't click on that screen and do it. Here's a side view of one of the holes, and you can see inside the hole, it's got all these, like, it's got this weird kind of druzy stuff, and then it's got these like stalactites. I kind of thought it, kind of looked like maybe brains or something.
That's what I was looking at. Like, when I was looking at your pictures, I thought that kind of looks like brains in there.
Yeah. So, I was asking my friend Diane at the crystal shop. I'm like, what is this again? And she was like, it's Caribbean calcite. So I started, looking it up because I didn't know a whole lot about Caribbean calcite. And so here's a little bit about Caribbean calcite. It's a stone that was discovered in 2019. It's a new type stone that has taken a natural healing world by storm. A rare stone that's only found in areas of Pakistan. This crystal is made of all the more precious by the fact that once all of it has been mined, there won't be any more Caribbean calcite left to be found in nature. Unless there's more that has been undiscovered so far. But right now, it comes out of Pakistan. It's possible that deposits of this stone may be found in other places around the world, but as of now, this seems unlikely. Caribbean calcite seems to be a strange name for a crystal that's only found in Pakistan, a country that's thousands of miles away from anything Caribbean. Once you see the stone for the first time, you will understand how it received its name. Made of an eye-catching combination of blue calcite, white aragonite, and light brown aragonite, swirling patterns of colors within the Caribbean calcite brings to mind the gentle waves, warm winds, and tropical beaches of the Caribbean Sea. This is most likely why you'll often hear the crystal also referred to as Caribbean blue calcite or ocean blue calcite. Other forms of this stone, Caribbean calcite, is a fairly delicate stone. Only comes in at about 3.5 on the Mohs hardness scale. But what it lacks in hardness, it makes up for in powerful meaning and properties that can bring you serenity, emotional understanding, and greater psychic awareness. See, like when I went in the crystal shop, sometimes I go in there, sometimes I just stop by to say hi to my friend. Don't have any intentions of buying anything. And, and other times I'm like, oh, I got extra $20 on me or whatever, go in there and don't have any, I let the crystals speak to me. I don't go in there. Usually I don't go in there looking for something. Sometimes I do, but most of the time I just, for a small store, this place is jam packed. I'm going to do a video of her store one of these days, but it's just like, you can spend 2 hours in there and you won't see everything. But I saw this skull. She had several of them. And I saw it, and I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. And she was like, yeah. She goes, this one isn't really for sale. Unless it's you that wants it. Because it has to go to a special home. So, yeah, once I held it, I was like, oh, yeah, I definitely want it. I don't know. It's weird. Some people say it's just a rock. Whatever. But, when you pick up a crystal and it makes you feel a certain way, I don't know. At that point, is it just a rock or is it something else? I don't know. I looked up a couple meanings and this and that. Meaning of Caribbean calcite is all about peace, calmness of mind, and greater connection to all things spiritual. And that's, even though it's a skull, ooh, it's kind of scary, you know. That's how it made me feel when I picked it up. And I didn't read any of this ahead of time. I didn't know a damn thing about Caribbean calcite. Never even heard of it, you know. I just saw it and I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. And then I saw the skull with these inclusions in it and everything else. And I was like, well, that's even cooler. And then I held it and I was like, ooh, that's even cooler. It's thought to help you come into a place of inner understanding, emotional understanding, attunement to others, and tranquility of spirit. It's not a grounding stone that sets your feet firmly on earth. Instead, Caribbean calcite will help you to reach higher realms, hone in your psychic abilities, and connect you to past lives and protective beings. Whether you use the properties of Caribbean calcite to help with meditative focus, carry it in your pocket, wear it, set into jewelry, or use it in a feng shui, however you say that, arrangement, the stone is well worth adding to your crystal healing practice. So yeah, that's the story of this thing, and it's definitely came. It didn't come home with me the first time I saw it. I had to put it on layaway because it wasn't $20. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty decent size. You know, it's not huge, but it's a pretty good size.
That's a good size. That's like, and it reminds me, I like it because it kind of also reminds me, like, if you found a skull, like, out in nature, the way it would look like in the dirt with, like, stuff starting to grow, like plants or sticks, like, through the, like, bone hole.
Yeah.
Like if there's a gunshot hole or something, and then the sticks would go through it.
Yeah. So we can bite on here.
I like those colors. When I first saw the pictures, I got like a calming, cool feeling from it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely that's kind of how I, you know, felt when I picked it up. I didn't know anything about it, and I knew I like skulls. I got, you know, a whole bunches of rose quartz, you know, strawberry quartz, turquoise, tiger. I got a bunch of different skulls, and now they got a new friend. But yeah, when I started reading about it, I was like, wow, that's pretty cool, because that's exactly how I felt when I picked it up, you know. And the name of it, yeah, like, you know, you see how it gets its name because you see pictures of the Caribbean, and, you know, it's
exactly
aqua colored water. But yeah, I mean, it's just, it gave me a calming sensation.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
Yeah.
It's like a calming cool.
And she thought the same thing about it, you know. She has several others down there, which may have to get another one. But yeah, I don't know. She was like, yeah, if it wasn't you, she's like, I'm not really into skulls so much.
But she wanted to keep it.
But if it wasn't you taking this home, it would be me. So, and I got another thing from her. I'll show it next week. It's a piece of picture jasper, and it's awesome. It's like a little slab. It's about that big, and it's maybe a half inch, 3/8 inches thick, but it's pretty cool. It's like nothing's been done other than a slab of it was cut, and you'll see why they call it picture jasper. And she had a piece that was probably close to 2 feet long by a good 1.5 feet tall, and it was probably 1.5 inches thick.
Wow.
I tried to talk her out of that, but yeah, she wasn't letting that go. That's gone. It's in her house. It's sitting in her living room right now. But yeah, that's this week's crystal.
Very nice.
And yeah, you've got the astrology. And it's funny, I was just looking up some stuff on my calendar. See if it'll open real quick. I was looking in the Ancient City Astronomy Club, and they have a calendar. Looks like the 19th, waning crescent moon and Mercury. 22nd is waxing crescent moon, Venus and Saturn. And were you going to talk about the green comet?
I was.
All right. Where is it? Here we go.
So, what's today's date?
Today is the 19th. Well, now it's the 19th. It is here anyway. It's still the 18th where you're at. Weird.
All right. So, on this last January calendar I have, they're just showing that, the 21st is the new moon. And then January 22nd is Chinese New Year, year of the Wabbit. And tonight we're at a waning crescent, new moon 2 days, 21 hours. The first quarter is in 9 days and 15 hours. This is all upside down for me. So today, Mercury goes direct. And on the 22nd, Uranus goes direct. Major energy shift with Uranus and Mercury turning direct. The following week, all chaos breaks loose. So just be really, really careful. Be really careful when it comes to communication, taking things the wrong way, misunderstandings. Just, figure it might be a misunderstanding. So tonight is the last day of retrograde Mercury, ending 1.5 months of chaos, misunderstandings, delays, cancellations, quarrels, and accidents. This last retrograde Mercury played with our need for stability and our passion to find the truth and make peace. This is the last day of this influence. Tonight, claim back your mind's clarity. So maybe get rid of some of that brain fog.
Yeah, that would be nice.
It's time to celebrate after weeks. This is the time when things start to turn around again. The pixels got screwed up on that. And then we've had the green comet been flying around, and there's still some time to catch that where we're at. So the newly discovered comet ZTF is coming the closest to Earth in 50,000 years, becoming visible to the naked eye and making big headlines. Some are calling it a super rare and bright green comet. But will it live up to the hype? It was discovered on March 2nd, 2022 by a robotic camera attached to a telescope. It scans the entire northern sky every 2 days and captures hundreds and thousands of stars and galaxies in a single shot. Many comets have been found with this instrument. If you guys saw the movie, Just Look Up or Don't Look Up, whatever, that's basically the same machine. Why is it rare? It's traveled at a distance of 2.8 trillion miles and will make its closest approach to the Earth in 50,000 years on February 1st, 2023. orbital they're guessing it's never going to return again. What makes it green? It's likely due to a molecule made from 2 carbon atoms bonded together called dicarbon. This unusual chemical process is confined chiefly to the head, not the tail. If you get a look at the comet, that greenish hue is likely to be quite faint if it's visible at all. The appearance of green comets due to dicarbon is fairly uncommon. Recent images show the head coma appearing to be distinctly green and trailed by an impressively long, thin blush appendage, the tail. But that is what a camera taking long exposure sees. The tint will look much less green to the naked eye. And then when and where to see it. So I posted this screen slideshow like in the comments of the show posts, so you can take a look in there, because I went ahead and added all the different dates that you can still see it, and it tells you like January 29 and 30th look towards Polaris, the 22nd through 25th look near Draco the dragon. So if you want to catch a glimpse, and if you do catch a glimpse or maybe get a picture, I'd love to hear about it. I'd love to see it. So send in your pictures if you do.
When I was looking in the astronomy club, there is a guy that took some pictures of it.
Of the green comet?
Yeah, you don't see the full-on tail of it. Let's see if I can pull it up here. But you definitely see the green of it right there.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah. Had a couple of pictures. Another one. Yeah, I was out. We were playing the gig last Sunday, and we took a break right before the rocket went off. And it was still kind of daylight because it went off at, what was it, 4:55 or 5:55. So it was still daylight here. The sun was setting, but it was still fairly bright. But I mean, there was no issue of seeing it. You could definitely see it. It's pretty cool. It would have been a lot more spectacular in the dark, though. Yeah, I saw that, and then I saw coming home. Remember where I texted you and I said I'm going down the lonely, dark A1A like the previous week, and it's always a good place to see UFOs, whatever. I don't know what I saw, but I'm assuming it was like a meteorite or something like that. Comet, I don't know. Had a big tail, like bright yellow, gold kind of colored, shooting through the sky. Fallen star, comet, meteorite. I don't know what it was, but it was damn cool looking. I know that. And I'm like, yes, no, this is the spot. That's actually where the astronomy club goes to when they go to break out all the telescopes and stuff, because it's just, there's no street lights. It's just pitch dark down there.
That's crazy.
And it's right on the ocean, so there's nothing obstructing your view. It's just wide open black sky full of stars. And it's amazing how many more stars you can see when you don't have a bunch of light pollution around you, It's
amazing.
Coolest place I've seen crazy stars was when I was out, towards California, Nevada, out on a dry lake bed in the middle of the night. 35 square mile dry lake bed. Man, you talk about stars. It's like, holy crap, there's like millions of them up there. I mean, you could just see them, because there's no light out there whatsoever. Pretty amazing looking.
Those are the best too. It's like you see like layers upon layers upon layers.
Yeah. Absolutely. So anybody make any New Year's resolutions? Anybody do that this year? Or any year for that matter?
I don't make resolutions because I work on myself like all year.
Yeah. I keep saying, I don't really make resolutions. I just try to be like a better person and try to work on myself and get healthier. And then I made a big thing of fudge the other day. Chocolate fudge. I'm like, what the hell why am I making this?
And what? Yeah, that's not something you normally would crave.
I know. I'm like, why that? Just because it's freaking TikTok, man. Subliminal TikTok video. I saw some people making fudge and I was like, I've never made fudge. I could do that. So I did it. And
oh dear. How'd it come out?
It came out pretty good. So yeah, now I got this chocolate fudge in there that's like, eat me.
I could help with that.
Yeah. It's very chocolatey.
That's how I like it.
That's how I like it. Very chocolatey, very fudgy.
Very.
I made a giant steak taco salad for dinner tonight. More salad than steak. Wasn't a steak, but it was like chopped up tiny pieces of steak. We've been doing a lot of fish tacos.
Where are you getting your fish? Because now fish isn't even like they're hiding. They're like lying about what fish is, and they're changing the colors. And you're like, where are you getting your fish?
Well, my best place to get it is to either catch it or my brother or my nephew catch it. So that's the best fish. That's the numero uno fish.
Well, yeah.
Fish. And then if I don't get it there, I either get it at the grocery store or the fish market.
I think I'm going to start going, like, when I go down, like, Half Moon Bay and stuff, and just go down to the pier and, like, buy off of the fishing boats again. Because
yeah,
at least I know I'm getting fish,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't fish anymore. I could, if I need to, I could. I've fished a lot, but the part of me that let it be okay to fish before, because, I was eating it, or my skin was a little bit thicker, and I could stomach it. I now, because so much time had passed, I just don't want to hurt a fish now. And yeah. But I could, if I have to, I will, and I can. I can fish with a stick, a piece of cheese, and a piece of line and a hook. Just a little piece of line, a little twig. But yeah,
fish is too fishy. You haven't had my fish yet, D.
I don't like if your fish is fishy, there's a problem.
Yeah, I don't like to brag, but I can cook seafood pretty damn good. But I don't like killing a fish or any animal, but I would rather get it myself than.
But you're eating it. That's the thing, is you're eating it. So, like, by me being a hypocrite, it's just, I don't have the guilt when I go to the grocery store, and it's like, you already killed it. You already did it. Like, I don't like watching them bounce around. My husband would just put them right in the freezer alive, and you'd have to hear them bang around till they, died. Or
Yeah.
like the sturgeon hit them with a bat, I can't do that no more.
Yeah.
Now, if we're starving, like my mom says, well, what if, the cats and your mommy needed a fish? You would go get a fish for your mommy and your cat. Yes, I would. If, we're starving, I can go fishing.
Yeah.
But right now, I just choose not to want to hurt stuff. I apologize to my parsley for picking it, okay? And my mint. I go pick my mint and I say, sorry, thank you, sorry, thank you, sorry, thank you.
I mean,
I
there's
thank the fruit that I pick, and I feel bad for picking it off.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, any living thing like that. I mean, I don't know if it's, just me or the Native American in me or what, but I mean, there's a definite thanks to whatever you want to call it, sacrifice, whatever, so you can eat. It's not just I can go out there and catch a fish and just don't give a damn, or go shoot an animal to eat it and just don't care. I mean, there's definitely a care. I mean, one of my friends, he's a huge hunter, loves to go deer hunting, but he was like, yeah, everybody made fun of me at the camp last week because the deer I shot, I was crying. And they were all laughing at me. He's like, fuck them. That's just the way I am, man.
Aww.
I didn't want to, I want to hunt, but I mean, he doesn't kill stuff for just the sport of killing it. He kills it to pack the freezer for the year with meat. And, but yeah,
I feel his feelings.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, it sucks when you shoot something, especially, I mean, I fished my whole life, and even though, I still don't
And they're
like,
looking back at you.
yeah, I mean, I don't like killing them, but then again, I have snakes and I got to feed them rats and mice.
Yeah.
And that sucks. And it used to suck big time when we had hundreds and hundreds of rats, because I used to sell them. And, it would be a day where I would kill sometimes, 500 rats and mice a day, to freeze them. And man, I felt like the freaking biggest piece of shit on earth every day for killing mice and rats. Most people are like, they're a pest, shoot them, get rid of them, but
I had pet rats.
yeah, I mean, they're animals, they breathe.
Sebastian and Axel. They were like little dogs.
Yeah, I mean, they breathe the same air we do, they bleed the same we do. They're a living being, and killing 500 of them at once sucks.
Well, when my mom sees me out there like feeling bad about the parsley, she's like, God damn it, Jamie. She goes, you have to be able to eat like the lettuce, like you have to eat the plant. Like if you don't eat plant, like I'm like, but I'm getting attached to the stuff I'm growing. I've grown it from a seed.
Yep.
So you're gonna have to get over that real fast.
Yeah. I mean, that's what's cool of the lettuce here. I kind of look at it like it's like I'm giving it a haircut because I pick it.
It does. Some of it does feel good for it. Like
it'll just start regrowing, like the green onions. I'll cut them off and boom, they're regrowing again. So it's like kind of self-sustaining. So I don't feel bad about that. It's not like I'm clubbing them over the head with a stick and they just die. At least plants kind of keep going.
I say, like, I don't say grace, like, Lord, thanks for the food, yeah. But I always, in my, like, well, Jeff and I would do a grace because he, does the Lord, thank you for our food. But I always just say, like, thank you in my head for, whatever, like, especially if there is, like, a part animal in my food that, because I'm not a meat eater, but, if, someone makes something and there's something in it, it's still on my plate, and whether I pick around it or not, it's like it's already dead, and I don't want it to die in vain, have it be wasted. Then I feel like I got torn with that, even like
Yep.
But, I say thank you. Thank you to the lives and the plants and for the earth for providing all this.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's, my brother and my nephew, I mean, they go fishing like a lot of, my nephew's really good. He's a really good fisherman. He's got it down to a science, like to the point of 9 times out of 10, he can come home from work and go, I'm going to run down to the river and catch dinner, and he'll go down there and he'll come back 30 minutes later and he'll have 2 or 3 fish for dinner, like every day. Very rarely get skunked, but whatever they catch, I mean, they eat every single thing they catch, they don't waste anything. So
that's good.
People have been doing it that way for years, I reckon. But yeah, sport fishing, going hunting just to go kill something, I'm totally not into that.
Yeah, like let's just like when they do it, let's just hang it up and string it up and do all this. No.
Yeah.
But like I used to like sport fishing. I used to do a lot of it, and I used to do like the derbies and stuff. Like I was gonna go to Okeechobee, Okeechobee. Do a bass tournament up there. I'm trying to remember the guy. Bill Dance.
Yeah.
Got fishing with Bill Dance tonight. I wanted to do a Bill Dance Okeechobee derby, but never made it there.
Yeah, I just saw a video of him the other day. It's an old
one. It was funny.
He was out there fishing, and he's like, I can't believe I threw my lure up that high. He got it stuck in a tree, and he's up there like jink jinking on it. The freaking snake fell out of the tree and landed in his lap.
That's hilarious.
Funny.
I still love Bill Dance on the Outdoor Channel.
Yep.
We're like, you watch fish? Like, what's more? They're like, what is more boring than fishing? Is watching someone else fish on TV? No, because you learn stuff.
Yep.
Well, I'm glad we came back. I missed everybody so much.
Yep.
Dee, praying for you. I'm going to say special prayer for you tonight. I'm putting you on my prayer candle.
Well, cool. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out with us again. And guess we'll be seeing you on Paranormal Soup on Sunday. I think I have this Sunday off. I think.
Ooh,
I had to haul all that home last time. I got done a little bit early last time because it was cold and we finished up a little early, but the following week I didn't make it home. But last Sunday as soon as we were going to quit playing, these people showed up and they're like, no, you can't quit. It's like encore. You got to play more. I'm like, well, hey, if we got to play more, you got to feed the tip dish.
Yeah, you do.
So they did. So we played more. So normally I would have got out of there a little bit earlier even, but yeah, they hung out and wanted us to play more music. So we did. But yeah, still got out of there early and got home in time. Literally, like, ran in the house, sat down at the computer, turned it on. That's when I posted, I'm here. So yeah, if y'all have a good week, we'll see you on Paranormal Soup. And other than that, I don't know. Got anything weird?
Embrace your weird.
Yeah. Shoot us some strange and weirdly interesting stuff if you find it.
Maybe next week if you guys want to talk about your I didn't see Royal here tonight. Last time we're on, he had some predictions for the year he wanted to talk about, but we already had it was like right before the show. We already had it made up. But
yeah, I'll try to get my phone line back up and running for next week.
Yeah, and if you don't, if you guys want to even just type in and talk about if you have predictions for the new year or something like that you guys might want to share. Or maybe we could even do something where we could have people pop on here with us if they wanted and give their prediction and pop off. I don't know. If you guys think about it, if you've got something about the new year predictions, we'd like to include that somehow, even though we're late in January already.
Yeah. I know, man. We were just talking about how fast time is flying today. It's like January's almost over. What the hell? Slow down, time.
It's going to be June.
I know, man. The heck?
Well, he might not be able to have the phone lines set up, D, so we might have to improvise.
Yeah, I'm going to work on it. I think I still have my phone number preserved, on hold, whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to pay for it, get it back up. Since I got a new phone, a lot of my stuff, carried over from one phone to the other, but a lot of it didn't. A lot of my passwords, a lot of my stuff, I'm having to redo.
Yeah, you still got to manually do all that.
Yeah, it's a pain in the butt. But anyways, D wants snow. Hey, you can have all the snow. You can have my share of snow. So I'm 59, and I've never been in snow, ever. Well, snowed here in 1979. Enough to build a brown, muddy snowman about 2 feet tall.
It's only for predictions about the new year. And we don't do the Zoom. We do StreamYard.
Stream in the yard.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
All right. We'll catch y'all next time. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll be back. Keep the light on for you. We'll talk to y'all later on.